Okay, so this is my Lab 3, DAX and Power BI with forecasting. In this lab, I'm going to select my data and I'm going to utilize the previous labs for the forecasting in the DAX. And I'm going to create an interactive dashboard with two dashboards. And so I'm going to choose my data set, create some measures, create some forecasts, present the relevant charts in two interactive dashboards in Power BI, and I'm going to present it in this 5-minute video. So for my open data set, I've chosen the same financial data set that I've been working on in the past. Again, they're really hard to find, and this data set really worked well for me. So working with Power BI, I added for these dashboards, I added a little bit more color. I made sure uh, I created my titles to be a little bit larger, made sure everything was centered, made sure everything made sense. I used color to separate items, like for example, the total sales versus total profit. And I included that color also in my forecasting. So you can see here the total sales and and in the forecasting sales is also orange. And then with the profit, I did it in blue and I did the forecasting in blue. I added 3 forecasts and 3 measures within the two dashboards. These are the measures that I used. I wanted to separate the bean sales from the leaf sales and the total profits. So I'll go over those more with the interaction. This is a discovery that I did find while I was creating the forecast. I found by right-clicking on the forecast between the dates, you can choose Analyze. And then choose explain the increase. And of course, it would be explain the decrease if there was a decrease. And I thought it was really neat because it gives a whole bunch of different scenarios. For example, the herbal tea and espresso accounted for the majority of the increase among the product type. There's no significant changes to the other contributions. So it really and it showed a whole bunch of these, and I'll show that again in the interaction. But I thought this was kind of really neat. This one was separating it out by area code. It kind of was doing a little bit of the work for you. You could almost create the same type of dashboards or charts. I also found a really good, helpful site for Power BI and the measures at this spguides.com, and I found it was really helpful. So this is my completed dashboard, leaves and beans culture. This is the first one. Cost of goods and profit by state. You can see here I've added to the two forecasted sales and forecasted profit with the total sales and total profit up to date. And then also I use the map to work with the cost of goods and profit by state. And then on my second dashboard, I wanted to really dig deep into what was actually selling beans versus leaves. So here I did a couple pie charts, and this is the coffee sales by flavor. And you can see here, like the Colombian seemed to be the highest seller at 21.5%. And I did the same thing with the tea sales, so it gave us an idea of what is selling the most. And as you can see here, at 23.8% is the lemon tea sales. And then again, I wanted to see also the decaf versus regular. So here you can see that the regular coffee or tea sells more than the decaf and the profits and the target profits. And then I did 2 more forecasted leaves versus beans. So I found that the dashboards came together nicely, and I just wanted to say thank you. And now I'm just going to jump over to the dashboard so I can show the interaction. So this is my first dashboard, and here you can see if I, for example, my Nevada sales, um, really it changes everything, but you can see here that the forecasted sales in Nevada are still on uphill, and my profit is also, and I can change it to also New Mexico, and you can see that my forecasts and my maps change depending on which state that I'm looking at. And I could also just change it to 2013. Of course, the forecasts go away for when I choose just one um, 1 year because they're inapplicable without multiple years. And then I'm just going to jump over to the second dashboard. This is my second dashboard, the leaves and beans culture. So again, interaction is happening. My forecasted leaf sales go away because I've chosen a coffee type. But I'm just going to switch over to decaf versus regular sales, and you can see that my forecasting is working. And again, this is going to get rid of my bean sales because I'm choosing a tea. And then just going back over here, so to decaf, and this is just the decaf forecast for beans versus leaves. So I just wanted to quickly show you over here where I was talking about if I right click, analyze, explain the increase, um, Power BI actually goes through and gives me a lot of details, which I thought was very interesting. And that's about it for this presentation. Thanks.